Assalamualaikum viewers. Hope for best of your health and iman. Today's topic is Anabina, and in Anabina we're gonna discuss the reproduction and economic importance of Anabina. In reproduction, we're gonna see what are the types of the reproduction in Anabina, like asexual reproduction or sexual reproduction. As you know that there is no type of the sexual reproduction in Anabina or the cyanobacteria. There is just the asexual reproduction. So we're gonna see the what type of asexual reproduction takes place in Anabina. And economic importance is that type of its importance in which we're gonna see its harmful as well as its useful role. So let's have a look one by one all of these. First of all, we have two topics today to discuss: what is reproduction in Anabina, and the second one is the economic importance. Reproduction in Anabina. Reproduction in Anabina includes vegetative reproduction or asexual reproduction, which involves the spore formation. And in spore formation, we're gonna see echinates, heterocyst, and endospore formation. And the most important point, which you know that sexual reproduction is completely absent in Anabina. They do not reproduce by the sexual means or the gamete formation. They just reproduce by asexual means, maybe echinate, heterocyst, endospore formation, or the other ways, or the vegetative reproduction. And we're gonna discuss all of these in the detail. Here we have the vegetative reproduction. Vegetative reproduction means the reproduction by the cells of the Anabina. There is no sexual, reproduction, or the sexual cells are produced and in this way. So here is just the vegetative reproduction. Vegetative cells reproduce and form the more of the filaments and produces the new trichomes or the new filaments, and the new generations or the offsprings are produced. And how the vegetative reproduction takes place? Vegetative reproduction in Anabina takes place through the homogonia formation. How the vegetative reproduction takes place through the homogonia formation. You know, homogonia is that type of the reproduction is like a fragmentation. Homogonia are those cells which, like when the cells they are produced, the dead cells are takes place. Some of some of the reasons dead cells are produced in the trichomes of the Anabina. So because of the dead cells, or sometimes the formation of the heterocyst, the fragments is trichome is broken down into multiple fragments. When the trichome is broken down into multiple fragments, in this way the new fragments are formed, and this is also known as the fragmentation. When the new fragments are formed, the new filaments are formed. These new fragments or the new filaments, these are now capable or the motile filaments. You see the fourth point, that homogones, the fragments which are formed after the homogonal formation, are usually motile and capable of forming the new trichome. So in this way they are motile, they can move and they can produce the new fragments. And you can also see in the figure that hormogones are produced, and hormogones are you see the hormogones are the cells which are produced in these hormogones are produced in these type of the cells, and in this way the cells are separated. Fragments are broken down from a trichome, and these fragments are then able to produce new trichomes or the new filaments, and new cells are produced or new Anabina are produced. So in this way vegetative reproduction takes place. Next is the reproduction by the spore formation or the asexual reproduction. Reproduction by the spore formation or the asexual reproduction is that type of the reproduction in which the spores are produced. So if the spores are produced, there are three more kinds which we're going to discuss: with the echinate, endospore, and heterocyst. So how the echinate, endospores, and heterocyst are going to take place? Echinate, as we have already discussed, that echinates are the spores which are produced in the fragments which are heterocyst, which are thick-walled cells, and the protoplast of the echinate cell, which undergoes the divisions and moves through the ruptured spore wall to form the new filament. The content or the cell of the thick-walled cell present in the trichome, which is a echinate, this echinate is ruptured out of the cell wall and then form the new filament. Second is the heterocyst. Heterocyst in Anabina cycadidae. This is the species most important, in which the heterocyst formation. Heterocysts are the thick-walled cells present in the trichome. They are little bit differentiated from the other cell because of its transparency of the content, its material, and the other characteristics like its thick wall and its bigger in size. So in this way these heterocyst cells have its content, and its contents is divided transversely. How its content divides? It divides transversely in one direction, in one division in one direction, forms the two germlings. These germlings then divide again in in more in more 2, and it's gonna make the 4. So in this way the 4 germlings are produced. So these germlings then comes out from the ruptured cell wall, comes out from these cells, and these germlings germinate when the favorable conditions come through, and in this way the heterocyst gonna form the new trichomes or the new cells. The next is the endospore formation. Endospore formation is that type of formation in which the heterocyst contents divide into many spores. So in endospore formation, heterocyst contents divide into many small spores. When these are there are many of spores, like hundreds, or you can not even count how many spores are produced when the heterocyst content divide. So these are known as endosperms, and these endosperms gives rise to the new filaments or the new trichomes, which on the germination when the favorable condition takes place, when the favorable condition comes, and in this way endospores are produced, and these endospores give rise to new individuals or the new trichomes, new filaments. So this is the reproduction of asexual reproduction by the form of the spore formation in in an. Here in this diagram, you can see that how the heterocyst and akinete, they both are differentiated. You can see in the heterocyst that heterocyst is a little bit different from the akinete. How it is that the heterocyst content is more transparent than the akinete, and the size and the shape is not does not matter. Just you see the size is also is a little bit different from both of the cells. Heterocyst is a little bit larger from all other cells, and akinete is also a little bit larger from other cells, but akinete content is not that much transparent as much the heterocyst. So in this way, two cells, it may be heterocyst, it may be akinete, and these cells can divide and form the more you can say the more cells, and this content comes out and form the more fragments and more trichomes. So in this way, kinete and heterocyst causes the reproduction or produces the reproduction in Anabaena cells. Here is the economic importance of the Anabaena. Economic importance of the Anabaena, whenever we discuss the economic importance, it means we're going to discuss the useful roles as well as harmful roles. So when we see the useful roles, the first useful and the most important role comes to mind is its nitrogen fixation. Because it has heterocysts. Heterocysts are the most important cells present in the trichome of the Anabaena, which is involved in nitrogen fixation. Nitrogen fixation is a process in which the atmospheric nitrogen is converted into nitrates and nitrites. So in this way, these nitrates and nitrites are now usable to the plants. So when these nitrites and nitrates are usable to the plants, they can use produce their amino acids, their peptides, their proteins. So in this way, they produce their organic compounds. So the nitrogen fixation is the most important process in the nature, and it is most important for the plants. So the organisms which do this for the plants, these organisms are most important organisms for the plants. So in this way, when the Anabaena do the nitrogen fixation, increases the fertility of the soil. Because nitrogen is fixed, nitrogen is converted into nitrates and nitrites, and these nitrates and nitrites are usable for the plants, useful for the plants. And plants, the soil which is useful for the plants is a fertile soil, which have the important components, important compounds, organic as well as inorganic compounds. So in this way, the Anabaena have a most important role as a nitrogen fixation process. It is done by Anabaena species in many soils, and in many plant species, in many fields. You can say that in fields, in the soil of the many fields, many crops. The second most important role is the increased fertility of the soil in the rise and fertility, and increases the its yield. So when it increases the fertility of the soil, it increases the yield. Mostly in the rice field, Anabaena species are specially grown in the rice fields, because if the Anabaena species are grown in these rice fields, they can increases the fertility of the soil, and in turn fertility of the soil increases the yield of the rice field also, which is the most important role, and economically very much important all over the world. Rice is a food which is used all over the world. Third one is the reclamation of the soil, saline soil. The saline soil, as you know, the soil which have the salt content, most have the salt contents. So if the saline soil have the salt content, so it is not much favorable or the beneficial, the useful for the plant species. So that's why what do Anabaena do? It form the thick mats on the surface of the saline soil. When it form the thick mats on the surface of the saline soil, it reduces its pH, and the pH is reduced increases the water holding capacity. WHC is water holding capacity. So in this way it increases the water holding capacity of the soil, produces the mat which protects the soil from the from erosion and other processes. So that's why it is important in the reclamation of the saline soil. The next role is the symbiotic association with the roots of the cycads. Symbiotic association is the most important role of the many organisms with the plant species. So in this way, when they form the symbiotic association with the cycads, roots of the cycads, so they fix nitrogen, and the cycads then give in turn to the Anabaena the species, the organic compounds which they need. The next is the Anabaena is responsible for the water bloom formation, impart the unpleasant smell, and makes it unfit for human consumption. Yes, when Anabaena is produced on, it is the when water is stored at large scale in large tanks for the storage water, the Anabaena is produced. Anabaena grows in that water, produces the blooms. Water blooms. And water blooms, what do water blooms do? Cover the water surface completely, pauses or impart the unpleasant smell. And there are because of the presence of these organisms which are the Anabaena, a blue green algae, so in this way they produces organic compounds. So organic matter, it is much is produced in this way. Organic matter is present in water. So if the organic matter is present in so much large amount in that storage water, then it will no more useful for human consumption. Anabaena produce toxins causing the death to the animals like horse, sheep, and cattle. So they have one more characteristic which is like they produce toxins when they are present, where the sheep, cattle, or horse live. So in this way they produce toxins which are very, very harmful, even that cause the death of the animals. This is the most harmful role of the Anabaena. You see, in this way it causes much problem. So I hope it will be helpful for you. Thank you so much for coming on my channel. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Bye bye. Allah